Welcome to episode 11. I am Yoshi for the Heart of Yoshi, and today's topic is love. And as 2020 comes to an end, many of the thoughts are people just want to get on with 2021 and just leave 2020 behind. But what I'm finding is that as I get older and as time moves on, there are many lessons, especially from a year that coincidentally is called 2020, like 2020 vision. There's a lot of clarity that has come through what has been kind of a draining year for many of us. And so our heart kind of feels sometimes that it's needing recharge and having to get more love within there. My question to you is, how do you recharge? How do you recharge that love? How do you add that love so that you eventually have a full tank again and do that? A lot of times what can happen is that if we're feeling a heavy heart and we're feeling low on it, things will come up in our mind that'll be like, oh, I should have done that. Why didn't I do that? Oh my gosh. And then we replay these things over and over again. Or we have external kind of thoughts in our head. So we're blaming external people, external companies, our boss, our situation. And that's not helping to recharge this area. If we can turn the situation into an unconditional love where no matter what's going on, if it's a boss, we just realize, oh, maybe they're just going through some things that they're human too, right? And they're just trying to cope with what they want. It returns us to love. The thoughts return us to love. So even if we're having those thoughts where it's like, oh, I should have done that, I should have done that, be nice to yourself. Look at the love. I did the best that I can through everything that's going on. I allowed myself to take each step each day to bring what I wanted to bring to the table, to add love to my life itself. And you'll find that the shift happens. The love starts adding to the love in here. But blaming takes the energy away because we're giving the power to something external. I need that company to change before I can feel the love. I need that boss to change before I can feel that love. Everything that is external has now conditions to it. So the biggest thing about turning conditional love into unconditional love is something that our pets are so good at. If you think of your pet and how it unconditionally loves you no matter what's going on. My cat, who passed away 5 years ago, when he passed away, I felt the clarity of so much of how he lived his life. He lived his life just unconditionally loving, no matter what was going on. If I was having a bad day, a good day, or whatever, he was always there to play, saying, feed me, play with me, let's do these things. It's hard for me to get a new cat because of that pain that I was feeling in the loss, but the clarity that came through was, wow, he unconditionally loved for the 18 years of his life. He just kept on looking at us and loving us no matter what was going on, going to the vet and just saying, well, this is what I have to do, and doing what he needs to, but cuddling with us, loving us, always being there for us. So our pets teach us unconditional love so much, and if we can use that as a reminder of how, no matter what the circumstances were for our pets or are for our pets, they continuously love us. They continuously add love. They don't say, well, you should have done this for me to now be happy, right? We may get signs that we think that's what they're doing, but overall, at their heart, they're unconditionally just loving us each time. Open that door. There they are at the door, just greeting us. Can you find that same unconditional love where you're either blaming yourself for certain things? Can you turn those thoughts into, well, what's the other side of that coin? Well, at least I tried to do those things. Well, at least I gave my best effort for it. If it's an external blaming of a company, of a person, of a boss, of a manager, etc., can you turn and just say, well, maybe they're there to help me learn through things so that I learn and take back the responsibility of what I'm feeling external blame for? And can I just say, oh, it was a lesson for me to learn. It's a lesson for me to learn that love from that. So just a little reminder for you, can you change external conditional love even blaming love for the things that you have or haven't done? Can you turn them in to unconditional love, so that no matter what the situation is, even if you're looking at 2020 and what it was, what is the clarity that came out of what can be looked at as a hardship of a year? There were many magical things that have happened this year because of COVID coming into our lives. Families have connected on new levels with Zoom, new levels with social media connections. It's the computer technology has allowed us to stay in touch and to realize how precious and easy it used to be for us to just drive over and see somebody and have a conversation with them, have lunch with them. But now it was a bit more restricted. Can we return to really see that, oh my gosh, I really appreciate the lessons that were brought in this somewhat hard year for a lot of people. But through that, a lot of love did come out. So I'll leave that with you. Can you turn external situations, blaming situations from your own internal side, can you turn them into love? And to remind yourself that love feeds my love. Love unconditionally allows me to feel more love. And there is no blame externally. It's all unconditional love. And remember, your pets are one of the best teachers of that. Loving unconditionally, loving through everything, and just saying, I love you, based on everything that they do. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Joy, light, love, and giddiness as we bring in this new year. Thank you for tuning in. I said that already. Namaste.